Hey, what's going on YouTube? Tim here. Just figured I would post today. I'm out on a walk with my dogs. I'll probably see if I can get them in the frame. And it is the waning days of winter here in Vermont. Technically, well, I guess we're at daylight savings, but not spring yet. And I just wanted to make a quick video about the leather crafting. Yeah, about leather crafting in terms of how you should be challenging yourself but not biting off more than you can chew. Some advice I had gotten early on, whether it's YouTube or some of the internet forums, it was just to take things slow. And like everybody else, right, when I got into it, I thought I was going to be, selling things left and right. Slowly, people did get interested in things, so I kind of have a niche, if you will, market, which is making sheaths for a particular knife that I collect, which is a balisong / butterfly knife. I keep looking off because making sure my dogs they're in a kind of a swampy area right now. They seem fine. So what I mean by challenging yourself but not biting off more than you can chew is, if you've made a couple cuffs, maybe you made a belt, maybe you made a couple sheaths for yourself, and you start telling, or people around you, ask if you know how to work with leather, and all of a sudden someone's asking you to make them a whole entire rig for a pair of, heirloom pistols or something. Now, that would be something I would say should be for someone who has at least 3 to 4 years under their belt, because someone who's going to spend that type of money on some pistols is going to want quality work. What I've seen a couple times in some videos is, work that, the person who doesn't really know what to look for could say, oh, that's a great job. But people who do know are saying, wow, I cannot believe that somebody paid that type of money for that type of work. But also, challenging yourself. If you have a repeat customer, maybe they have a special request. And that's happened to me a couple times in terms of, matching pistol with sheaths, or matching holsters with sheaths, a purse for a wife, those types of things, a lot of one-off things. But even with my go-to, so right here is a sheath that I just made for a customer. It's a front carry pocket sheath. Now, I do have my own design for this, but the customer wanted something that was more squared off. They like the more squared off look. I avoided doing a squared off look initially when designing purposefully because there was a gentleman who makes a similar style to this, and I did not want to look like I was taking his design completely. Now, so my proprietary designs are drawn by, I draw them up, I make the templates using cardstock, and I guess they're more curved. If I can get my pocket organizer out of my pocket without getting too shaky, I can kind of show you, because my design is close to this. All right, so here's my pocket organizer. I got my flashlight, my knife and leather. Well, they're both my knives, but the other one's not my sheath. My design for my pocket sheath, like the one I just showed you, is very similar to that. That's the one I usually sell. Now, somebody wanted to have me make them more of a boxy one, as I stated, and that's what I came up with. Also, if you notice the kind of marbling type design that I have on here, now that's something that I guess I didn't really come up with. I'm sure other people have done it in the past, but it is something that I managed to figure out on my own, which I've done a lot of my work on my own, just, you know, trial and error, and, you know, looking for, I don't want to do something that is a figure carving, but I don't want to do something that's a plain color. What can I come up with? So using dyes, oil, in a certain way, I got that effect, which is pretty cool, and people tend to like it. So that one particularly, a customer saw a sheath that I made that was closer to the design of my pocket organizer, and I just used the color scheme and came up with a more squared off type design. And that's, like, I guess not really challenging myself, but it is kind of stepping out to what I'm used to. But I like to, you know, it's kind of like maybe if you've ever gotten a tattoo, maybe you have a design in your head. Maybe if you draw a little, you bring that to a tattoo artist, you say, hey, here's what I'm looking for, and then you give them opportunity to kind of put their own touch on it. So I like to do that quite often with customers. You know, I say, here, check out my my Instagram where I post most of my stuff, and if you like something there, you can go ahead and choose it, and I could make it, because all my stuff really is made to order, aside from a couple people who buy like a couple, you know, I wouldn't say bulk, but like 5-6 sheaths at a time for their stuff. You know, I've got a specific, you know, design for them, but, or I set aside so when they call, I can just ship them off within a few days. Other than that, you know, it's just, you know, one-offs. So that's one good thing about being a custom craftsman, is that you can truly say to everybody that they have a one-of-a-kind, because even if it looks very close to another one, I don't have a clicker press, I don't have a conveyor belt of any sort in terms of cranking stuff out, so every time they get something, it definitely is one-of-a-kind. Well, I kind of was a little bit all over the place there, but you know, kind of felt like I'd take a quick break here and then head back down the trail, get my dogs home, check for ticks, and start dinner. Thanks for watching, guys. Embrace your creativity. Peace.